This is Ouch My Wallet, hosted by Robert Simmons, a production of the TFYLP Network. Hey everybody, welcome to Ouch My Wallet for the week of December 18th, 2019. I am your host, Robert Simmons, and with me today we have Christian.
What's up?
Peter.
Forever that strong.
And Paul. And we lost your audio again, Paul. Whatever button you keep pressing.
I muted myself during the intro.
Phew.
I said never Autobot.
All right, cool. Well, it's been a while since we've had a regular show here. Last week we had our interview with Randy from the Nerd Out Toy Store. It's a physical, real, live location toy store he had. It's a very cool episode, a fun interview. Make sure to check that out last week if you didn't. And week before that, we did a Masterpiece Bumblebee and Black Arachnia only special. Talked about that, and that was fun. But yeah, we're back with a normal show this week, and I'm going to kick it off because I can, and I'm going to start off very easy with just some not ouch my wallets. These did not hurt my wallet at all. I got this little dude.
They're not qualified to be on the show then.
I'm hosting the show. I make the rules.
Wow.
So, I got the little Cyberverse Scraplet guy. I've been wanting to pick him up. He's cute.
Awesome
It's
toy.
probably like the best thing Cyberverse has done. It actually doesn't feel like crap plastic like the rest of Cyberverse figures that I've picked up and returned. Got that, so that was fun. And I also picked up a couple weeks ago some of the last couple of Creos I wanted. Most of my collection I've really thinned down, but there were a few I wanted. From the last one, they call it Collection 2, which even though it's like the 8th wave or 9th wave of those, I don't know what's called Collection Series 2, but I got Scalar here, who is the last individual member of the Piranacon team, as well as finally got Black Arachnia in Creo form. She's neat as far as, Creo go. She's got decent paint on her, but no paint or even a sticker for the Black Widow symbol, and I think that's kind of crap. I know it's a Creo. You don't expect much, but Black Arachnia without her Black Widow symbol on her abdomen or thorax is kind of weird, so...
And those did come with stickers, right?
No.
Some of them?
Some of them.
The combiner sets did. Yeah.
Combiner sets did.
Like the
the big sets did.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of the individual ones, as far as I know, did. And the later, better Creo sets that you could transform them without uncombining them all and rebuilding it, those come with stickers as well.
Oh, yeah.
But the little, blind bag ones did not, unfortunately. So
Okay, so it's not like they skimped on it. It's like
no.
if those would have had stickers, it probably would have had that on.
She has the same paint apps that pretty much the whole line has, which is, on her chest, on her legs, and, on her actual robot head, which, right now I got her in spider mode. But, yeah. So that was not very much ouch my wallet. All that stuff was pretty cheap, although I did have to buy the whole wave to get those too, but put the rest on eBay. So that's it for me for my first round. Oh, and just for anybody who hasn't been on the show for a while, what we've been doing is each of us is just taking a turn, either going over an item or a small batch of related items, and then let the conversation take us where we go, and then just kind of rotate around, talking about all the goodies we've bought recently. So, who wants to go next?
I'm going to vote for Christian.
I'm still transforming it, sorry.
Well, I'll go then quick, because on the same term of Cyberverse, I picked up One Step Jazz today.
Why?
Wow.
Because it's the only jazz there is. I thought it was kind of cool.
There's like
I
a
just want
bunch
to see
of other
what
jazzes. I hate to inform you, but there's like 400 other jazz toys made.
Yeah, I got them all, but I want to see what he looks like in Cyberverse, and it's very similar to the RID, representation of him.
It looks like the Power of the Primes toy.
Yeah, he does actually. It's kind of cool. I like to always see when I character collect. I collect jazz, and so like it's nice to see what they have chosen to do for him. And I've watched
Is
some
it
of.
really
I haven't
nice to
watched all of
see?
season 2.
Is it really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's it's a one step, so that sucks. But I mean, these are always kind of interesting to see how they make it work. It doesn't have any posability at all, though, which does blow. Some of the one steps in Cyberverse have like at least arms that can go up, or the simple things, but not old jazz. But it's a good pickup if you can find it on clearance or something.
Disagree. You'd have to pay me to take that, and I still would throw it in the bin.
Well,
No,
if
not
you're a
that
jazz
bin, the
collector,
trash bin.
go find it.
Yeah.
You can put a gun. It does have a however many millimeter ports that is. So you can put a gun so you can aim it at the ground if you want.
Looks like a 5mm. Yeah.
Yeah, 5mm. So there you go.
Quick, somebody lay me down. I will shoot in front of me. Pew, pew. All right. Well, since Christian is still working,
Almost done.
yeah, you're fine.
But yeah.
What do you got for us, Peter?
I got a picture of a shopping cart,
Oh my!
Awesome.
and I got a picture of. Might get more exciting than this. I swear to science.
That was all cleaning supplies, right?
Yeah, those cleaning supplies as I clean out the Walmarts in my area, Targets. Yeah, I basically went around and picked up everything from 2019. 2019, that's what year it is, that I haven't gotten yet. So Cyberverse, BotBot, Siege, and Studio Series, I mopped a good chunk of it up because I have brain damage. But if you want to see something substantial, I took advantage of Hasbro's Black Friday nonsense sale, and there was like a Fire in the Sky multi-pack bundly doodly-doo, and where you got a Jetfire and a Starscream Voyager and some
The Airstrike Patrol.
Airstrike Patrol. Thank you. So I bought 2 sets of that. So they ended up sending me the shipper case, which is great. So I got 2 Jetfires. One of them's at my office right now. I'm playing with him. The other one is in here still. And then the
Did you see the
Starscream.
meme about that bundle deal?
Negative.
So it's the Starscream Jetfire breakup set. And
Aw.
Starscream took the kids.
Took the kids. That's awful.
That's pretty funny. I dig it. I'm surprised you didn't have a Jetfire already.
I missed them when they only showed up at one Walmart here, and Christian Walker picked up one of the ones that showed up, and the other one foofed off into the ether. No other one showed up locally, and I was reluctant to pull the trigger because it's an $80 figure. Then I was just kind of like,
Didn't they?
I had other things to buy.
Wasn't there the big Amazon
He's
sale too?
amazing.
I missed that too.
Okay.
Yeah, like every place had that on sale. It was like round robin. It's like $30 at Walmart, and then on Target it was super cheap, and Amazon had it cheap at one point.
So
It doesn't make sense because that toy is awesome.
It's
Toy is
so
great.
good.
I
Yeah.
was gonna ask how it was. Which else
Real
like
good.
I've passed on
Some-
it just because my chug is just shrinking these days, and I was like, I got Phoenix, I got G1, Fans Toys Phoenix, and I'm like, Masterpiece and G1's kind of good enough for me. Like that's kind of where my collection is going these days. I still have a notable chug collection, but it's like it's oddball stuff. It's like it's all the weird stuff for the most part, and not normal characters.
If you have Phoenix, you probably don't need Jetfire, but he's definitely more fun than Phoenix.
I actually thought Phoenix was pretty decent. Like,
Yeah, that's how fun Jetfire is.
got it.
Because I sold my Phoenix when it was still like
Hot.
funny, hot,
Yeah, before they reissued.
in anticipation to get Jetfire.
When I compared them, I felt like Phoenix was just like way too heavy. Like it almost was too delicate in that sense, Like I was scared to drop it or something, but Jetfire is like a nice, fun, playable toy.
Yes,
I don't have room for fun on my shelves, okay?
I only have room for fun on my shelf, so that's why I did what I did.
Yeah, I've talked to Lucas about this. I feel like me and Lucas have diverged in our collection where we both used to collect kind of more of all of it. And then he's done kind of like you, Christian, where he's going all in on the chug life, and I'm going more all in on the masterpiece life. So with our powers combined, we got it all, baby. We got it all.
Yeah, right now I'm whatever Generations line is out, Studio Series and Vintage G1 reissues.
Yeah. Oh, and
Peter, you picked the right time with that 20% off sale.
Mm-hmm.
Although if the last week it was spend $100 to get $25 off.
Yeah, I know.
oh no,
Did
those
you-
$5.
Did you fix that, Peter?
What's that?
Did you fix that? Were you able to like?
I'm
return
working on.
rebuy?
I'm working on it. Yeah.
Okay.
This is me in the car. I don't know. It's probably all glary.
Just with piles of
Car
bags.
full of junk. Yeah.
Love it.
By the way, Paul,
I do.
Zaldron says that Jazz did not appear in the cartoon. So
Oh,
Yet.
weird.
Yeah.
Is it over? Like, is season 2 over?
Season 2. I don't know. I don't know what the episode count is. I know that it feels like we're in a point where it could end comfortably, but I think for story beat, I don't know. Have you guys caught up? Are you on track with?
I haven't started them yet.
I'm not gonna.
Oh,
might at some
you
point.
should. It's a lot of fun. Season 1 is kind of season 2 is a lot of fun. They're short. They're
Maybe
for
I'll skip
kids,
ahead.
but they're a lot of fun.
I watched the first 3 episodes of season 1. I was like, this is really boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you skip
Yeah.
season 2?
It gets good.
You can skip
Probably.
right into season 2 and you'll be fine.
Zaldron also says
All right,
there's like
I'll try.
5 episodes left. So apparently he's all about that
Oh, cool.
Cyberverse life.
I'm waiting
Someone
until
actually
it's
had that
over to
website.
just like plow through the whole thing because it's in so many small increments. I'd rather just watch it all in like an hour.
Binge it.
Yeah, because I think it's a great, well produced show.
It's
I don't
way
know,
better than any of the whatever that trilogy crapola was.
Oh, the Machinima stuff.
Yeah.
I watched the
Oof, that
first
was
one. And I didn't
watchable.
even watch the other 2. And I wanted to because our buddy Frank's in them at Starscream.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, but I could never be asked to do it. And they're not on YouTube. They might be now. But at the time, I think they were only through like a certain website or something. And I was like, man, if I could sit on YouTube and watch them at night, I might. But even then,
They were on that website, whatever the Hasbro, but it wasn't Hasbro, it was hosted by somebody else. Yeah.
something like that.
And yeah, the Go thing. And then it got put on YouTube for about 3 months and then it all went away all at once. So, meh.
Because Machinima is dead.
Aren't we supposed to be getting a Netflix show at some point that was
Yes.
like for Titan's Return or something? Like it's that old or something? I can't remember.
No, it's
supposed to be
the
a
War
War
for
for
Cybertron.
Cybertron.
Okay.
Yeah.
I no longer believe it's coming out.
Think it's in development hell or just
I think something happened because I think we would have heard about it by now. It was announced at Toy Fair, which is now 10 months ago. They said it was coming out spring of 2020. I feel like we would have heard something by now.
We'll see.
We will see, and I would love for it to come out. I really, really want it to come out. I just don't think it is.
I was curious about it.
Please prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
I think these things just like media takes so long to create. It's just going to take. It'll be like they'll probably announce the first episode or something at this year's Toy Fair. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Christian, you ready?
I am ready, but first I have to say, how could you not be caught up on bots?
Oh, you have offended him.
I'm a slack ass.
I am offended. Look at all these bots. Look at them all. It's Series 3.
Don't you? Aren't they supposed to be in like really awesome, neat shelves, or do you just need to buy another display unit? Or
Or are
need to
those your
buy-
extras?
No, those are my ones. I need to buy more of those shelves, hopefully. Christmas gift. And I haven't figured out quite where to put them in my new place yet.
Oh, happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thanks.
Since we're face to face, sort of.
yeah,
Yeah. I think you guys all said happy birthday to me, so thanks, guys.
It's your birthday.
All right, so for my birthday, I got something that combines my now 2 favorite things. I started this year with 1 favorite thing, which is Transformers. I started this summer and got a second favorite thing, which is Evangelion. So I got myself
dun dun dun.
an MP10 Ava.
Now, is that an original or is that the knockoff?
It is the knockoff.
Because that's what I have as well.
Yeah, it's I like it a lot. The tolerances are weird, but for what I needed to do, it's incredible.
Did you get the one with the trailer?
Hey, Ava 13. I did. And the trailer is really well painted.
It is. Now, I don't have the original. I've never even held the original one of this because it was like what, $500-$600 or something.
I think it was
Not when
3 when it came out.
Okay.
It was 3 when it came out, yeah, and then it
And
immediately sold out, and then went. Whoop.
If I'd known that I would like Ava so many years later after that, I would have gotten one. But at the time, I didn't. It wasn't available to watch in America.
This is.
Now I need to get
I didn't
these,
know.
Christian.
Oh, that's so.
Oh, those
cute.
are Those arrived today. They're going to be in my stocking.
Nice.
Do you have this one?
Not that one. I don't really care about that one.
This is the one. This is
I know
In
what it
I
is.
don't know what it is. I want to see it.
It's the Ava 101 Awakening version.
Yeah, this is a rebuild.
For our audio listeners,
his
what
yellow-
is this?
All
This is
rebuilds.
like, is this the QT line or?
This
Yeah,
is
it's a Q Transformer.
Yeah, Q Transformer. This is like the Optimus Prime mold, but they made a bunch of Evangelion units. I'm still gonna say Evangelion because I like to say
You're
it that way.
wrong.
I know I can be wrong. Everyone else is wrong a lot. So yeah.
Since you mentioned rebuilds, yeah, this is rebuild colors too.
Oh
The
yeah.
original series, it's
You're
a
right.
bit paler.
So this is now the only MP10 representation I have in my collection, and that's the reason I bought it. I thought it'd be a fun way to have some representation of the mold. It's definitely not as good as the real thing, but it doesn't feel bad at all. I will.
It doesn't feel bad. My legs were really tight. Are your legs really tight?
No, they're good. They're
Like the slidey bit when it turns into truck mode, really tight.
Something I've heard about
Probably won't
those.
make truck mode again.
Something I've heard about those KOs of MP10 is that they're actually somewhat improved from the original mold because the chest windows like don't quite
Yes,
line up on the
I
official
noticed
toys,
mine.
and on the
No, you
Ooh.
gotta pull the window up, push it in, and push it back down. It's got extra tabs.
but the KOs like fit together perfectly, like they lock. Like yours looks completely locked together.
It
Yeah,
is.
my
So
MP10 had
you
that
pull
issue.
it out, you pull it in. So you go boop and push it in, boop and push it in, boop and push
Mine's
it in.
not doing
that
that,
sound-
but I might have
That sounds
good.
good.
In the chest that's not done correctly.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't going to work, and then I pushed it. You push them together at the same time, and they go over the tab.
Yeah.
Yes, they're improved in that way, and I really like that.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
But
There
I
we
think-
go.
My
Bam.
Ghostbusters Prime is that way too, and it closes normally. So I think maybe they've done a little bit of a fix to it this year.
So I do.
Well, whatever maneuver you did, I've never done that before in any of mine. So maybe that's the trick.
So one issue I
Do it
did
again.
have with my knockoff here
So
is that
boop, and then you push them like that, push them together and down.
in hand it's really obvious. Like you can look at it and see. So these things on his backpack here, he has this little extra green panel.
Yep.
So on mine, the panel popped off, and for the life of me, I cannot find it. And like I searched, I was like, I don't know, I think I was here at my desk playing with it, and it went poop, and I was like, oh god, and like I searched everything, high and low, and it's kind of a bright green. It's a notable sized piece, and man, it is just gone. I looked under everything.
You should be able to find
You
that.
think you would, right? And
That's really sad.
yeah, and at this point, there's been so many vacuums that, it's more that it's either in a crevice hidden really well somewhere, and I'll find it, like when they're carting me into a cemetery or to an old folks' home, and somebody homes is trash and they'll just throw it away. But can't find it for the life of me. But
That's really sad.
yeah, I would say if you are interested in these colors and think it's cool, the knockoff is well worth your money. Would you agree?
Yeah, mine was $100. I definitely liked it. Like I said, I would have paid $300. I think for the original. I wouldn't have liked it, but I would have done it. But there's no way I'm paying $800 to $1,000 for it now.
Now,
up
didn't
to
that get a
800.
reissue?
I think they got a small reissue.
Yeah, it must have been really small. I ended up getting mine through TF Source like a year and a half after it came out.
I remember that story.
It's a stupid story, but Kurt pulled through and got it for me after waiting that long, so that was sweet.
That's good on him. TF Source, I know, has gotten quite a bit of a bad rap among some collectors for doing the exact opposite of that. This thing, Jack, went way up on the aftermarket. Sorry, y'all, your orders are out of stock. And then a week later, oh, look, we have stock at this new higher price. Like,
They've thrown it up on their eBay
Yeah.
store.
Yeah, it shows
Or
up on
it's
the eBay store. I
yeah.
haven't had any issues with them personally. I've heard a lot of horror stories, but they still get a lot of my business. No.
I mean, every retailer has their bad days.
Yeah.
I've gone through the gamut. Like one place or another.
I think Big Bad is very
Just happens.
overrated as far as customer service. Every time I've messaged them
They
about
didn't used to be.
I've never heard of this amazing customer service. They take forever to mail out your pile of loot, and then
No.
Now.
yeah, now, and anytime I have any paint defects, like I don't say anything unless it's a major thing. I get condescending replies. Like, well, they're all going to have some defects, so you're not going to be able to get anything better. It's like, I've bought this entire line. I know the difference between minor blemishes that I ignore because I'm really not that picky and things that are really distracting. And they're just kind of like, sorry, bro. It's like, well, like if it's broken, they'll take care of it. But, otherwise they just tell you to kind of go pound sand. Yeah.
TF Source is definitely the place to go if you want a $300 masterpiece coin.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah. They every holiday season they have their free gift of $300 in purchase. That free gift was a masterpiece coin. I was like, oh, cool. What am I going to get for $300? A deluxe, maybe? Wow, maybe it'd be cool.
I think
I know they're
Peter's
not entitled to
hiding
give
because
anything.
he did that just to get the coin and was like, ooh.
Take what I
It
can
was
get.
an MP Hot Rod coin. I sold
Yo,
it to
Rob.
Lucas eventually for way less than $300.
Rob, real quick, just since you mentioned something getting lost on the floor after our discussion this morning, look what I found.
It's one of Shroot's target thingies.
So you're all good.
Nice. Paul hooked me up with an extra Shroot because I didn't care about the Skyward pack. Except for my Spinister.
And now I don't have a. Now I can't open a Spinister and have a Shroot. God damn it.
Hair splitter.
I really hope some third-party outfit, or maybe Hasbro themselves, takes care of the missing target masters properly.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It'll happen.
Somebody will do it at some point. Yeah, don't say no.
I mean like ones for like
Battle
other
Masters.
characters?
Battle Masters are still in Earthrise, so
They are.
Okay, I thought you were saying it's something else, like a pack just to complement your Spinister.
I want my double target masters, and I want them to be proper.
Peter, I'm going to make a vow to you. When Hasbro hires me, I will make sure.
Yeah, talking about TF.
I did apply.
we're all coming with you, right?
Yeah.
Catherine Klein said in the chat that Hasbro Pulse probably hurt all the online stores like TF Source. And I would suspect that definitely put a dent in a lot of people, but I suspect once all of our free Pulse is over that some of that effect may wear off. Like, are you going to...
No, I don't think so. The limited pre-order windows that they set up pretty much every month now kind of limits everyone's budget as to what you can afford from other stores. So if you're buying Star Convoy and Smokescreen and Lancer and the Seacons and this crap and that crap and these other beans, then you don't have, and you're spending $180 at Pulse every month, then you don't have the money to spend at TF Source, or maybe you do. I don't know. I don't have that sort of scratch.
Yeah, we talked about Pulse Premium microcasters last night, if we're going to re-up, and I haven't been able to decide yet.
I definitely won't pay $50.
It's been really great.
I mean, I can get it just as cheap from Amazon generally. But again, also, like, I'm backing off of the mainline Hasbro stuff. I buy just very pick and choose anymore, so it's a lot less beneficial to me.
Yeah.
I think it really.
I think the line.
I think there's lots of reasons to keep it. Like, they have stuff you can't get anywhere else, like that Black 3A Optimus, which I was looking through my orders, like, oh yeah, thank God I got that. And they're going to have a few things that remain exclusive here and there.
All right, well, cool. I'm going to go to my next item, which is not Transformer related, and that is Sola Chogokin Dairuga, more commonly known as Vehicle Voltron here in the States. And I had the Miracle Metalworks unlicensed Vehicle Voltron, which there's a lot of drama behind that toy. It was.
I'm sorry, this video has been flagged for copyright infringement.
No, we got taken down, Rob. Jeez.
Because I mentioned it.
That one lady from eBay came back to get you.
Man, she is all over it. Oh, she's all about that. How dare you sell this on the aftermarket from a personal collection? Yeah, it was a business deal that went south for anybody that doesn't know. They had the rights. They got to design the toy. The rights got yanked away, and they said, screw you, we're going to go ahead and produce it anyways. And it's actually kind of hard to find because whoever represents Vehicle Voltron in the U.S., the Voltron actually will get your eBay listings taken down pretty regularly. And, enough strikes of that, and eBay's going to can you. But anyways, I did pick up this guy. The short version, I think, is that if you got him at full retail cost, like I did, which is like $340, I think he's a little overpriced. I paid more than, I paid $320 for MP44, but I was totally happy with that price. And this is well made. Don't get me wrong. Like it's very well made, but um, the quality and production quality of it is definitely better than the Miracle Metalworks version. But there's some things that are better about that version, and I don't think there should be anything better about that version compared to this, which is like so much more expensive. But like for one, it's smaller. If you like, I mean, I'm not going to get out of my case, but it's smaller than Go Lion from Solo Chogokin. And if you have the original ones, Vehicle Voltron Daruga is huge. That toy is insanely large. It's like 14 inches tall, 16 inches tall, maybe 18. I don't know. We'll say 16, give or take a few. Um, but so I feel like the size is wrong. It should be larger. The proportions are a little wonky. It doesn't look so bad in hand, but like his forearms, he's got Popeye forearms going on. There's no articulated fists, and that's okay. This toy's never had articulated fists, but I would have liked to seen them do something that hasn't been done with this character before, like they did with Go Lion. Go Lion has a lot of stuff that we'd never seen in a Lion Voltron before, like the back legs like squeezing in to make it a narrower robot when it's in combined mode versus the Lions, and make it so the Lions could sit. Like a lot of that extra articulation, so like they can curve in the middle. A lot of that was new concepts that we hadn't seen in Lion Voltron before. Whereas this guy's pretty standard stuff. There are a couple of new things. The knee is really nice. I really like how small stuff like that where they don't break up the sculpt when you articulate the knees. There's a piece that covers up. So that's really clever. And then the feet, he's finally not on roller skates. The wheels actually press in and up so that when he's in combined mode, he's on nice flat ground. So that's
cool.
So that's really good. But like getting this part on sucks. It's totally gonna break. You're gonna see this broken on people's. Like it hasn't broken yet, but it's just one of those. It's gonna happen. This guy clips around it with two pieces that fold in, and then you fold them out and you clip them on to get the red part on. Like, yeah, who wants to do that? No one. And it's not super thick plastic or anything. Again, it's well made, but you just know somebody's going to break it trying to, because there's no good way to disengage this. I have to bend the plastic to get this off now. The Miracle Metalworks used a magnet, and how clever was that? You just pop that dude on there. It was awesome. Like
Magnets are great.
Magnets are great, and they are not used near enough. So they should have.
How do they work?
They should have just. They should have totally just stole that. But he does come with like a ton of weapons. He comes with different helicopter blades, so you can put bigger ones on. If you like the look or want it for different modes. And it comes like Go Lion. He comes with a base that holds all the extra parts, which is awesome. I love that, and everyone should do that for their collector toys. It comes with this big ass silver sword. It's the only thing I bothered to display him with, anyways, to be honest. But I mean, it's pretty well made, but it's also not consistent in how things combine together. Like some stuff have buttons that you push, which is definitely my preferred way of doing it. Some are just friction held on. It's kind of just a little all over the map on that, but I mean, it's well made, it's well produced, it is quality made, but for its price, I would have expected it to be larger and to have absolutely blown every other previous version out on every front, and it's just missing a few things here and there. So that's my words about that toy.
You have spoken.
I have spoken. My words are done.
We needed Grant on this show tonight to talk about Voltron.
Yeah, I wonder if he picked that one up. I don't know.
You could also figure out how magnets work.
Yeah. Like, the magnet on the Miracle Metalworks version is so cool that it makes me want to, like, mod that to have a magnet in it to put it back on there, but I'm not going to. But it's just...
The knees looked really neat. That was kind of a unique feature
that was really cool.
Hadn't seen before.
Like there's some things I think that are starting to become standard in figures. Like even in our transforming robot figures, our high-end stuff like ab crunches. Ab crunches are becoming more and more expected, where it used to be, holy crap, it has an ab crunch. Now it's like, where's my ab crunch, dude? Why not in there? And I think making articulation in the elbows and knees now where it doesn't destroy the sculpt I'm hoping is one of those things we'll start seeing a lot more often in the high-end stuff. I don't expect it on, typical toys, but I hope so, because, I don't know, it's super cool. It's great. All right, so Paul, you're up next.
Okay. Continuing on the trend of garbage toys, I finally picked up these.
Oh, dude, I need those.
Which I've been looking for these. I spent way too much time in Dollar Trees. I'm glad I don't have to go again.
Spent at Dollar Tree is too much time.
So I'm gonna do a cut the tape exclusive.
Oh no! Oh God! You didn't even line the scissors up to be a. Oh my!
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that shit away.
You're hurting my brain, man.
Oh, you know what? There was a little card inside. I cut it.
Oh, that's great.
It's just Optimus Prime, and it's just here's collect the other 5.
Oh, so that's actually more garbage.
Yeah, his card for real. Okay, so this is interesting. I've been waiting to compare these. So there he is. That's wow. Those are really thin hands and long fingers. If you can put my hand behind it.
It's the way your mama likes it.
That's like some real Terminator 2. Well, so here's the comparison I've been waiting for.
The keychain?
So this is the $1 keychain, and here's the $1 figurine. They are look at that. That's like 1.5 times the size.
Is that the key? One's rubber, one's plastic.
Maybe. I mean, the paint apps. This thing is wow. This is really painted up.
Is it?
Yeah, those were supposed to be like $12 retail when they were first unveiled about a year ago. And
no way.
Yeah, and then they never appeared anywhere, and they showed up at Dollar Tree this month.
Who would pay $12 for that?
Oh my God, this is
Peter.
I mean, I got the whole set. This is the first one I've opened because I have the keychain sitting here. They're definitely. I thought they were maybe the same mold. They are definitely not. The keychain is 2 to 3 times as bulky.
Is it upsized?
No, not even close. They're completely different. If you
they
see
have
here,
the same stylings though, like the bump at the knee, and like, are they based on the Revoltech look? If you remember the old Revoltech, Megatron.
I bet they're kind of based on the same key art. I couldn't tell you what exactly it is, but if you can, big difference here is Megatron's cannon is on his like forearm on the keychain, and it's
like
on
the top mount versus side mount. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
The side mount is correct.
Well, I mean, depending on which art you're using, because some of the like character art from '84 had it on top of his forearm.
If he's holding out, sure, but when he's standing straight. No, I mean as far as what makes sense. I think it looks.
What makes sense? Absolutely, yeah.
And posing and display purpose.
Do you want me to pull out the Revoltech for a reference?
I sold mine, I think, back in the spring.
Here's the big guy. Here's a Starscream. Let me open that one too.
I'm not familiar with that character.
Please cut the card.
Man, I definitely want these guys now. Oh jeez.
Oh, you totally just cut the figure. A new show, cut the card instead of cut the tape.
Burn the toy.
What's wrong with his head?
He's happy.
Oh.
Because he just got divorced from Jetfire, and he's happy to be
that's
free.
Horrible.
You know what sucks about these like webcams is every time we always put our figure up there, it never refocuses onto the toy.
No.
So we're like, and it looks awful. Anyways, the Starscream is pretty cool. His Decepticon symbols are the wrong way. They are facing, they're like up.
Facing, yeah, they're wrong. They should be
wrong.
Upside down, yeah.
You should demand a refund.
I'll call BBTS. I'll see how far that gets me. Anyways, I finally found them. I wouldn't, according to our previous conversation, I wouldn't call them a grail, but I definitely spent a lot of strife trying to get these. And I finally found a box, and I bought the whole damn box. So there's basically there's 50 in a box. So there you go.
Let's have a chat about that, PF.
Well, see, now other people don't have to go looking for them. Okay, that's it. I'm excited to finally have these, even though they're little and weird and cheap, and but they're kind of fun.
Good for $1 anyway.
Good for $1.
All right, so Peter, what do you have next? Do you have anything else? You got some goodies?
Oh yeah, I've got
good.
So I've got this. This is a turd. I bought a Junker Crosshairs G1 and ripped his wheels off so that I could put them on my Siege Crosshairs, and I cut holes in the backs of his legs, and I'm changing out the wheel wells, and I'm going to bend his transformation so his legs actually go up like this, and his toes are going to go down like that, and my Crosshairs is mangled right now. Anyway, no. Okay, so I bought some non-of stuff.
Oh, very
I
cool.
got the Sideswipe and Red Alert kits, and I've got the Rainmaker kits. There's so much glare on this thing. Woo, stuff. And the colors don't exactly match like they're supposed to. And I don't have the figures out here to attach them to, so yay. They just kind of get thrown over yonder for a minute.
For you.
I'll be okay. But yeah, Nonif is neat. They have it's a one-man show as far as I understand. They make fun upgrade kits or upgrade weapons and doodly-doos for your robots, and they mostly color match, and they're so cheap you can paint them yourself if you feel like color matching them better. But the molds and sculpts are good, so do it. Buy from them.
Nice. I think the only non-off product I bought was his Masterpiece Ratchet and Ironhide skirt kits at one point.
Yes.
I later ended up switching them out for, I think it was the Shadow Fisher kits, which are nice.
Shadow Fisher,
Those
yeah.
are good kits.
Yeah. But I mean, I was happy with the non-off kits. It's just something better came along later, and I was able to sell them on eBay easily too, which I didn't think it would.
This is a non-F piece too.
Is that his only transforming figure he's made?
Yes, this is based on a design by Ariel Lemon. He was selling those on Shapeways, but Nanif got the license to and permission, whatever, to make injection molded, or however he does it, cast versions of the Rewind figure from More Than Meets the Eye. So he's in a weird pose because I'm sitting on Chrome Dome shoulder over in the Lost Light shelf. So yeah. Anyway, great figure. He was pretty well delayed, but I was super happy to get it. Great figure. Next.
Is that me?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys were talking about Cyberverse stuff earlier. I got a Cyberverse figure too. Look.
Ooh, Sharky.
Real face Skybite.
What?
Gurren Lagann.
So he doesn't have a head? He just has just a face and a big open mouth?
He's got the armor on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got his armor on right now.
It's just
He
weird
pulled
seeing
the
it being
armor off.
hollow inside like that.
Yeah, his face is in there.
Okay. Okay.
Face. Yep, he's got normal Skybite face. He's kind of neat. He's definitely not worth $15. He kind of reminds me of the Power Core Commander Minicon packs, and he's probably worth about $10. I got him on an Amazon warehouse deal for like $13.
Yeah.
And I felt okay with that because it's Skybite, and I love Skybite, but
He's
yeah,
a fun
I don't
character.
think it's $15 of fun.
He's fun in the
Nice
new
there.
series. You should check out that TV show that he happens to be in right now, where he's a lot of fun.
Is he actually in it?
Oh yeah,
Is he spouting haikus?
Yeah, and he actually has that.
season 2, right?
He has that armor too. They all do.
the
That's
armor
like a
does
real thing,
happen.
right?
Yes, the armor is a actual plot thing.
How does a shark end up with a land-based drill thing?
You'll have to watch the show. I don't know.
Look what I
Ask
found.
Shark.
It's season 2, right?
Yeah, season 2.
I mean, if they got Skybite and he's not saying some haikus here and there, is he doing like poetry at least, or no? Oh man, I don't know. Is that even really Skybite? That's like an Optimus Prime that executes his enemies and rips off their faces.
Rips off their faces. Yeah,
That's not Optimus Prime at that point.
he needs a Snickers.
I love ripping off people's faces.
Face.
I learned it from my hero, Optimus Prime.
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
Hey, so rewind just a bit. I opened all these dudes, and look at the feet on Bumblebee. They're huge.
They were looking at that masterpiece
You know
for
what they
it
say?
for inspiration.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
You know what they say
It's
about
so
robots
big.
with big feet?
They get their own movie.
They get crappy
Damn.
masterpiece toys.
Hey, now.
Hey now.
I'm an all-star.
Get your game on. All right. I'm gonna go over.
I saw them in concert earlier this year, by the way. They did not want to sing that song.
How do they not sing that song? That's like their one hit. I know it's a meme, but it's also your
They
big
waited until the very end, and they were like, no, we do not want to sing this. And they did it really crap.
hit. Really? I figured that. I mean,
Nope.
most bands like save their big song as like either their encore or their second encore if you're a huge
Right.
mega act, you know. So I could understand. Like I saw Slayer on their final tour, and "Raining Blood" is like one of the last songs they sing. You know, because of obvious, like they've played that on the Jimmy Kimmel show. It's like one of their best known songs. So
So it was a free concert,
still
and
overpaid.
I still overpaid, but people were like just chanting out they want them to play All Star, so All Star, and they're like, we're not gonna play it. Yeah, that song is garbage. Anyway,
First,
They
They
knew
did
they
it.
were gonna
play
sing it.
"Walking on the Sun."
they did play that one. That was pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna go through again, swinging the polar opposite from Cyberverse stuff to high end stuff. This is actually my last TFCon toy that I forgot that I hadn't talked about yet because it was still in the box. Finally got a chance to open and play with him, but that is Maverick. They're not Silverbolt, and unlike Fans Toys Jabber, which is they're not Blur, which is a fucking terrible toy, and I hate it so much. This toy is actually pretty fun. And again, it's well made, typical Fans Toys quality. I wish his orange bits were more yellow. They're not as orange as they may appear sometimes, but they're not yellow either. They should be yellow. Damn it.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of subjective. Kind of
I
got
kind
to
of like
squint,
the more
and
orangey ones.
I mean, it might be
I'm not
more
going to be mad
appealing.
at either way.
I mean, it might be
Yeah.
more appealing, but it's not accurate. You know what I mean? But it is still, it is a complicated transformation, but it's intuitive, and it doesn't make you pull your hair out like other ones do. And I don't mind complicated if it has kind of a flow to it. And I feel this has a pretty good. And again, I have no qualms about calling Fan Toys on their crap, and this toy's not crap. He's probably going to be way too large for the scale. I don't think their combiners are really hitting the scale charts very well. Probably put them on a different shelf. Is probably going to be the solution for that. Yeah, it is. I don't know. It's nicely made. He's been out for a while at this point. Yeah, if you were thinking about him, I don't think you can go wrong with it. So,
I mean, it looks yellow on your screen.
I mean, it's if yellow's here and orange is here, it's somewhere in the middle. But like Silverbolt's kind of like a bright yellow, and it is not that at all. But again, it's not bad. It doesn't look bad. It's just not accurate. Which means they'll probably do a recolor version of it in like a year or two or something, because that's what they do. And yeah, the Zeta Superion Lucas, a lot of people like it. I know it has a lot of parts forming. If you're into it, but apparently it makes a really stable combiner. But the quality and like the end finish on that, it's not that it's bad, but I mean you get what you pay for. Is that the Zeta Superion?
Yep, I love him.
Yeah, so like my understanding though is like it's not painted. It doesn't have as much die cast in it. Is that correct?
Look at all that orange.
Yeah, and he's
It's
orange.
painted.
Not yellow.
Yeah, it's definitely painted.
Like, is it painted all over or just painted accents? Because like this guy's pretty much like
It relies a lot on molded plastic colors, but those molded plastic colors are really good. It has paint where it counts, where it needs it. Like there's nowhere on this figure where I would say, "Oh man, that really needed some paint."
Yeah,
it's got all the paint it needed.
Yeah, this is painted all over.
So I'm sure Fans Toys will be like glossy and painted all over like that, but this has a really good like matte finish.
I love matte finish for what it's worth. I think that is kind of a better trend, or at least the matte colors, whereas Fans Toys does like the glossy look that I would be fine if they ditched. But
yeah, but you're right. This one is the more, I won't say bargain because it was still $400 to get it, but it's the cheaper option, but it's not. Sorry, it's an inexpensive option, not a cheap option.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And again,
it's the size of a toddler.
It is the size of a toddler. I'm trying to figure out where it goes now. I've finally unboxed all my moving boxes with Transformers.
Did you buy a crib too?
I might have to.
Don't put baby in the corner.
All right.
That's only where babies go.
All right, Paul, do you got any other goodies to hit us with?
Yeah, I guess I saved my good stuff for last. I was kind of like an alternate on the show. I was like, yeah, I'll do it if I can. Quite a bit. But then I got something. And then I was like, oh, I'm coming.
Phrasing?
On the show.
Phrasing?
Still bad.
Phrasing.
I got Glitzy from
boy.
3A.
You mean Starscream?
Yeah.
big old action
This-
master.
Holy
This
crap!
thing-
It's not in there, dude.
this
You need
thing-
to contact
Like,
it.
you got ripped off.
Ah, I did. No, I did not. It doesn't get much better than this. This
Yeah,
thing
does
is.
does
It
it
doesn't
transform?
I don't care.
Jinx.
This thing is my favorite so far of all the 3A figures. I mean, the Starscream was quite amazing. Actually, they've all been really good except for maybe Dark of the Moon Megatron.
It does look
Listen,
awesome.
I mean, it's the amount of movement this thing has and all the accessories. It's just wild. Like the wing, you can take off the wings are just completely. You can do all sorts of stuff with. I mean, just ball joints and hinges and articulation everywhere, and it's all really strong. Like the joints are all solid. The finish on this thing is great, just like all the other 3A toys. There's
It was
certain
fantastic.
parts you wouldn't expect to move, but like they do, just to help with how it part of some of the ways you can articulate it. It has a really nice ab crunch that I haven't quite figured out yet because you have to like move some
Oh, wait,
stuff
so
around.
the 3A stuff are action figures? I thought they were statues.
They're staction figures. They're
Okay.
statues that you can do stuff with.
Yeah,
And Lucas asks if you've handled the Optimus or not.
the if it's the Bumblebee Optimus, I don't have it yet. No, but I ordered it. I pretty much order all the 3A figures except for like they made a dirty version of Optimus.
Oh, dirt.
I don't just get like a redeco of these things because that's a beyond, unless it was a Starscream maybe. But I just kind of like this, like the hands. This hand I have, I just have the one where he's got it open. You can make some weird kind of
Beckoning.
poses with that. Yeah, like a beckoning hand. I mean, I thought this guy was Starscream at first too. I'm glad he's not. I just question, why did you make it look like Starscream though?
Because
Like,
they were
why
trying to
did you
rope
do
in
that?
people like us old people who are like, oh my god, that's Starscream. Then you get there and it's like they can't possibly call him Blitzwing, and then they call him Blitzwing. You're like, whatever, I'll buy the toy.
I mean,
Which
they
you did.
Because they were writing that script the day before they shot each scene, and everything changed 800 times. That's why they're like, "Oh crap, we don't want to make this Starscream." No.
Well,
Switch it.
it's cool that it's Blitzwing, you know, but they could have made him purple instead of red. All they would have had to do, something like that. Whatever. I don't want to harp on it. But like here this is compared to the only other decent Blitzwing toy, which is this is kind of funny. It's like, you know, dad and the kid.
What I think is going to happen is, like right now, we're having the war of the third-party Bumblebee movie style Bumblebees. There's 3 companies producing figures, and all of them look better
Yeah.
than the Masterpiece one.
Yeah.
I think at some point they'll be like, "Oh crap, we should do Blitzwing," and they'll start fighting on that.
Well, they already are. I mean, they're just making Starscream instead, though.
Different vehicle mode though.
Yeah, he doesn't turn. They pretty much look. It almost looks exactly
The
like
robot
this.
modes are pretty close, yeah, but the vehicle mode for the Starscream is different from the vehicle mode from the Blitzwing. So
Yeah. From this design, something I really like is the feet, like how the wheels become the feet. I just really-
ripping it
this is
off
like one of the
Guy
best-
Ruger, I see.
Is it?
No, but just he's always has roller skates.
I
on.
just love. I think this is like one of the best movie designs for a Transformer yet, because like the proportions are awesome. He looks menacing. You know, his legs are the right length, and there's not the kibble doesn't like hinder it too much.
you can
It
tell
just-
what he turns into, which is something that the other designs don't have. I turn into a pile of silver
Like
junk, and I
every-
turn into a pile of heroic red junk, and it's like
almost every movie Megatron, except for like Dark of the Moon.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
one. Yeah. Yeah, these ones have car and jet parts that are clearly identifiable as car and jet parts hanging off of
Yep.
them, which is a pleasant upgrade.
Yeah.
How it should be. So here's for those watch Bumblebee as well, and these are the deluxe scale, which I mean has nothing to do with Transformer deluxe scale. These are like bigger than liters. So,
Yeah.
but usually these 3A toys are like twice or 3 times as big, and they cost twice or 3 times as much. So
Yeah, how much did that cost? How much did that guy run these days?
I don't remember what the retail is, but I got this for a deal. It was under $200, but I think this is like $220 maybe.
Yeah.
At the Dollar Tree?
And it's at
The $200
Dollar Tree. A $200. I don't know if you're into if you're into if you don't mind toys that don't transform, these like you just can't really get better than the 3A stuff.
I think
except for I don't like their G1 style stuff. I just like the movie stuff. So, anyways, a really cool toy. It just came out. I would recommend it, and I'm sure the Optimus is going to be really, really cool too.
Cool. Peter?
Ray Fillet and Macho Man? No? No.
Hey, I like carded Ninja Turtles. I mean, my collection's loose, complete, but, you know, carded stuff is cool.
Carded stuff is cool. So is box stuff. My dreams are coming true. A few years ago, Machine Boy, who became Fancy Cell, I think, designed a figure. It was an Astro Train. That
the best
I thought
Astro Train that had been out for a while.
kind of the best Astro Train that had been out for a while,
just made with crap parts.
Just made design. With kind of crappy plastic, but that's okay because I'm not going to be beating on it, I guess. And then they all disappeared. And then when they would show up, they were $300, and there was no way in hell I was going to spend $300. And my dream was, once Siege Astro Train was announced and all that stuff, that I would find one, and someone would be like, "Oh, just get rid of this thing," and then they did, and I got it boxed for Siege Astro Train price. Nice. And so now I have the Fancy Cell Transportation Captain. I haven't opened him yet. He came in today, and he has 3 modes, and he does stuff. He does all that good Astro Train stuff, and I'm looking forward to replacing the one I currently have is the Toy World Evil Star or Devil Star, because they changed the name at one point, version B, I think. It's the dark one with the smushy baby head. They came with the extra track pieces. That was a TFCon exclusive from like 4 years ago, because they did the one in the wrong colors.
I was there.
Oh. Yeah, they did the one in the wrong colors, in the lighter colors, and they did the one in the correct colors, but it had that funky like head, and then they did a C version, which had a better cartoon style head, and they released that one like right after I bought the other one. I was like, no.
The Fans Toys, we've seen in-hand samples of that one now finally, and that looks on the money.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that too. Yeah.
That's the one I'm waiting for. Amy.
How many third-party Astro Trains have there been?
There was Sugar. There were the 3. Yeah, there were the 3 Evil Stars or Devil Stars. There was this Fancy Cell one. And I think that's it. Aside from the Fans Toys, which is coming out.
Yeah. Honestly, nobody's done Churga or whatever from DX9 and the Devil Star. Like, neither of those really... Like, they came out when the line started shifting to more cartoon accuracy, and neither of them are. They're more like a Chug styling, just at masterpiece scale.
And for the DX9 one, or I'm sorry, the Unique Toys one, I stuck it on my Chug shelf, so because it has that off model enough to fit over here, not over there.
So we'll see how the Fans Toys went in, and hopefully whoever engineered it or designed it is not the guy that did their movie toys. And is their other designer, or at least the more learned version of that designer that can make interesting transformations.
I think they're moving away from all the crazy, overcomplicated transformations.
Like the Dinobot era Fans Toys was great. Those toys are straightforward and they're awesome. Although I would totally buy new Dinobots that look like the cartoon. But, I think everybody's sick of Dinobots right now.
Well, Peter, you started off mentioning the designer, right? Can you explain that a little bit? I don't know anything about that, like who the guy is, or.
Well, I don't know. I don't have names or anything, but they're all these different outfits have multiple designers working for them, and sometimes it's really incestuous as to they're swapping people around, and I'm working over here now, and we're working over there now. Or we fired the designers, or they broke off into their own thing. And Fans Toys clearly has 2 different people, if not 2 different teams, running designs on stuff.
And then you
have one is
no, you go ahead.
I was going to say one has the earlier stuff was really over-engineered, really complicated. Looks great, but really fiddly, really frustrating. People break stuff and get upset. Or work on a blur for 5.5 hours and get nowhere with them.
I was
and then the Dinobots
for all that.
I know, in fairness, yes.
And we were chatting.
We were all watching you fiddle. It was great. And then, like you said, the Dinobots are simple and perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got some cases like Keith, who does KFC and X-Transbots.
Yep.
But the thing is, each one of those is a different designer. 598 does X-Transbots, and Cassie Stark did KFC, but I think he's out of the game now. So that's why all KFC stuff is ground to a halt. He's just been focusing on XTB. So I'm hoping KFC stuff continues to get somebody to carry on the line. But also finding designers that don't steal your stuff can be problematic as well. Finding trustworthy designers is hard. And good ones. Cool.
Yeah, if Thomas is any good, that may reel me back in. I like Astro Train as a design, and I like Thomas as a name. I think it's incredible.
I can't get over that name. It's so funny.
I really need them to include
It's such a great
the
name.
Thomas face for that train. Just put the face, boop, right in the front of the train.
There will be an add-on kit. Someone's going to come out with an add-on kit to put a face on the front of the locomotive.
So bad. Yeah.
So you're up, Christian. You got another toy for us?
I'm up. I do have. I recently got the Marvel Legends Iron Patriot from Endgame. And it was kind of dark in that scene, in the final scene of Endgame, but he does appear in the Iron Patriot armor, not War Machine armor. And it's dope. It's heavy. It's bulky. It's a big Marvel Legends figure. He's so heavy. He's
Is that
so
exclusive?
No, it just came out, though, last week. He's got big old red hands. Kind of hard to tell. Maybe you could tell right there, but this blue plastic is very shiny. It's got that swirl, which makes me think it's going to crumble apart, but I think they'll fix that.
Squeeze it.
We'll see. No, he's fine. Yeah, just really bulky, well painted, lots of cool accessories. Got missile launchers and these rail guns. I love him. He's awesome.
Nice.
I don't collect a lot of Marvel Legends anymore, but when they're super cool like this, he's gonna come home with me.
Did he come with a Build-A-Figure piece?
He came with the Dude Bro Thor heads.
Yeah, that's going to be a hot toy.
If anyone needs Dude Bro Thor heads, hit me up.
You can probably sell those for like $5 a piece at minimum.
Good.
Is it worth your
If anyone wants to buy them. Exactly. If anyone wants to buy them, let me know.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean,
Yeah.
It makes it cost half the cost, but
That's true. Yeah, he's cool. He's bulky. He's nice. Well painted. Highly recommend.
Well, awesome. Well, we have hit the hour mark. Do we think we want to do a speed round real quick?
Yep.
Okay, we'll do a quick speed round. So we're on the.
I don't need to be
Okay.
in it. I'm good.
All right. So we're just anything you want to talk about for like just a couple minutes that you just want to mention. I do want to mention I got X-Transbots, not Trailbreaker, the tune accurate paint version. I had the original version of it, which was
Aegis.
Yes. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yes. It's a good mold. It's a fun toy, and it looks even better now that it's painted top to bottom, and it really does complete that. Oh man, it really fits in with my masterpiece collection. Maybe one day Takara will get to them.
They will.
I suspect they will, but who knows with Takara? You never know these days. It'll be hard to replace it. I mean, I'm sure their engineering will be so much nicer that I'll have to do it. But this is a really good figure and more than a great spot holder. Like if Takara didn't do it, I am content now because this looks so on the money, and the transformation's fun. X-Transbots used to be terrible, but 598's really on his game these days and has been for a couple of years. This is a great toy, and I love the blue tinted windows as well. Not everybody likes that stuff, but I dig it on my masterpiece toys. And similar to that,
That's great.
I got the anime blue streak as well. Mine has some notable paint blemishes. I'm not even going to try to pick them up on the webcam because it won't, but there's obviously a couple of drips on the hood, and Big Bad told me to go pound sand. But I love that the anime editions now come with a bunch of extra faces, and they come with blast effects. I think all that's fun and really helps liven up the display. Hit up some Shapeways or people like Nanif or Grimlockamus or whatever.
Grimlock's
Grimlock's Forge.
Yeah, Grimlock's Forge. To assume places like that where you might be able to find extra effects for your other toys. I don't know if they're getting into the masterpiece stuff yet, but since Takara is, I suspect eventually the community will follow. But again, it's painted head to toe. The mold doesn't completely fit, modern day stylings, and there's little or no die cast in it. There might be a piece or two hiding somewhere, but he's still pretty light, like this mold has always been. But for what it is, it's done well. It has that nice matte finish that I like. I prefer it over the glossy finish of Fans Toys, but it came in. It's cool. I'm happy with it. So yeah, he's fun. That's it for my lightning round. So we're skipping Paul. You got a couple quick things for us, Peter?
Quick things.
Oh, carded G2.
Too far away.
Sparkbots.
Sparkbots. Yep, I got
Nice.
Blaze and Sizzle. They are what they are. They're just translucent redecos of the Generation 1 figures. I'm kind of spoiling my other videos, but I'm behind on those, so whatever.
Are those European?
These are European, yes. These are UK Euro market exclusives. They were available in Generation 2. Interestingly, there were only 2 of the 3 original Gen 1 Sparkabots released in Generation 2. There were 2 Gen 2 Firecons that were also released under the Sparkabots moniker or team name, not as Firecons in Generation 2, omitting Cindersar. So only Flamefeather and Sparkstalker got released, but there were nods to the missing characters in the BotCon 2012 set.
They took that Cybertron
2010.
that Cybertron Megatron toy and recolored it to be the missing Firecon, which
Firecon
doesn't fit at
Cindersar.
all, but is still kind of
Nope,
a neat nod.
it's a neat nod, but it is what it is.
Yeah. He's got really goofy
Do you
colors.
think that means
I
those
like
other
it.
2 are gang molded?
Say again?
Do you think those other 2 are gang molded? Is that why they didn't come out?
I don't know. That'd be interesting.
I mean, it's for Blaze, or who used to be Fizzle, it's blue translucent, and Sizzle has green translucent solid blue, and it's solid green on the other one. So I don't know if they were gang molded or not. If they were, they couldn't have been.
The Firecons are.
For Gen 2,
Like,
I don't
are
know.
they the same colors as Blaze and Sizzle?
that would be. Yeah, I guess I got to get them to find that out. I don't have them.
Well,
They're coming.
I wonder if
Conspiracy
Lucas has
theories.
got them yet for his Gen 2 collection.
Probably does.
He doesn't believe in grails, so I doubt it.
Well, I
I
mean,
wouldn't
they're
consider
not hard
these
to
grails.
find.
They're just
Getting carded
they're just
is always hard, but that's.
getting them carded is a pain. Yeah,
Do you have loose versions of them?
I do
Okay,
somewhere.
you just had to get the carded.
Yeah.
Cool. Jet.
That's it for my lightning.
Maybe that's what our next spin-off show can be. Just, is it a grail or not?
We all vote on it. We have some Jeopardy music playing.
Be known as the asshole show.
Lightning round. So my dad went to Disney Springs 2 weeks ago and picked up for me their latest exclusive droid set. I collect astromech droids like these guys, so very excited to get
That's fun.
those. And they do one for like every holiday. And so he also got me the Christmas one.
Whoa.
It's a BB unit, and it's
Yeah.
like a little Christmas ornament.
Aw.
Yeah.
He could use some green, but
It's cute.
it's still cute.
Yeah, this is the first time they've done. The
You sure it's
BB
not
type
a
droid.
life day? A life day, BB?
You know, his BB 19H, and 2019H is holiday season.
Nice.
Like for Halloween, they have R whatever. This year was R5 Boo 19. Last year it was R4 Boo 19 and whatever, or Boo 18 and then R3 Boo 17. So they kind of named them the same way.
Cool. All right. Is that it? Got any parting thoughts before we wrap up here?
Buy more toys.
The 20% off Transformer sale at Target ends Saturday.
Get out
Why
there.
doesn't Target have any Transformers I need?
Because you already
Get
bought
those
them.
rainmakers!
I already got them. You sold them to me.
Well, there's the one thing that you can find at Targets is Spinister and Crosshairs.
I've already got those.
So, and Rung. I've heard there's Ape Faces out there at Target. I haven't seen them with my own eyes, but they might be out there. Go looking.
They're out there.
Cool. All right. Well, we probably won't have a show next week because it's literally on Christmas Day, and the week after that will be, I think, New Year's. So that we might or might not have a show. We'll see if people are available and how
I
people
think
are
we
feeling.
can. I think we can take 2 weeks off. I mean,
Yeah.
can't we?
Well, saying takes off also makes it sound like this is work, and while this is effort, it's not work. It's fun. We're having fun talking toys. Who doesn't want to talk toys? But, anywho's, if you like us and what we do, make sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/TFYLP. Starting at $1. It's not expensive to support us. It helps go to mainly our web server costs for uploading our podcasts. That's our main expense, as well as, when we get into some more T-shirts and giveaways and things of that nature. We have lots of content throughout the week. Microcasters on Tuesdays, Ouch My Wallet on Wednesdays. The main show is on Sundays. This week's Sundays will be a pre-recorded segments for us doing Secret Santa. The cast did that, so check that out and see what we got each other. Surely some surprises in there. Fun time for all.
Secret.
And then Rick Alvarez does the Cut the Tape, which is a pre-recorded bit. Usually goes up on Friday. And then the mysterious Mr. Starscream has a show that is really terribly named TF Talk Weekly that, it technically comes out during a week.
Mr. Starscream is an enigma, man. You can never pin him down.
Yeah, I know. One day we're going to have to do an interview with him.
Since when did he become mysterious?
Ever since
he's the only one of us
that
that uses a pseudonym. Yeah.
I'll have to talk to him.
But yeah, so make sure to check out our shows. We're all over the place. Hit us up on Facebook. We always love to hear from our users, hear our feedback. And we have an email as well where you can email us stuff if you're an old person and like email. And what's that email address, Paul?
That is podcast at TFYLP.com.
Bravo.
I almost said TFYLP at podcast.com, but I'm like, wow, we own podcast.com?
We do
That's
not.
pretty baller.
We do not.
That would be baller.
It is definitely podcast at TFYLP.com.
Yeah, so make sure to check us out. Hit us up live when we can. We love hearing feedback and talking with the community and just, hanging out and yay toys. So that's going to do it for tonight, and we will see you next time, and have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. And if we don't see you before New Year's, drink a lot, but don't drink too much. Drink just below too much. That's the proper amount. Actually, you know what? You may need to drink more for Christmas if your family's like mine. So we get it.
We should all be thinking about our New Year's resolutions and have a show about that in the new year.
This is an addiction. None of us are going to make any resolutions and hold on to it.
Well, what if it's, I want to fill 10 bins this year,
That's filled 10 bins last month. Shut up.
There you go. See?
Whoa, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Jeez.
All right, cool. Well, we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.